Alrighty, this is KMKanDrum, and this is another episode of Q&A with KMKanDrum. I have the very talented Brandon Tanksley with me. Brandon, how's it going?
What's up, Mike?
Yeah, man, how's it going? It's doing well. I'm doing well over here in Philly. You're over in where now?
Virginia.
Virginia. How's life in Virginia?
I guess it's the same as anywhere else.
All right. Yeah, I mean, same old thing, right? Got to work and you know, whatever time and energy is left over for the family, and then hopefully you have just a little bit of time to get in some drum covers, right?
Just a little, not much.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, before we get started, I know you've got a cruise coming along, right?
Yep.
I saw it on Facebook. What cruise are you going on?
Carnival Magic
Where does that go to? Is it like the Caribbean?
is going to, let's see, I fly to Raleigh Saturday morning. I'll be in Fort Lauderdale Saturday afternoon. We're going to ship Sunday to Half Moon Cay, Grand Turk, and Amber Cove.
Wow.
And it's actually for my anniversary, wedding
Oh,
anniversary.
awesome. Congrats.
Thank you.
So, have you ever been on a cruise before?
First time.
First time. All right.
And,
Yeah, I've
and,
never been on one either.
and first time flying.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Are you scared at all or?
A lot of Dramamine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How long is that flight? That's got to be like a maybe 2 hour flight.
2 hours.
Okay, cool. Yeah, not too bad. All
Can't wait.
right. Well, yeah, I can't wait to I'm sure you're gonna do some YouTubes, right? Some GoPros or something.
I plan on doing the video.
Awesome.
At least try
Yeah.
to anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes, when you go on vacation, you have all these grand plans to take video and pictures and whatever. And if it's a really good vacation, you're just in the moment and you don't even care about that stuff. So hopefully that's the case because, video is great and all, but when you're really into it, like that's the last thing you want to be doing is just like holding a camera, you know?
Right. Yeah. That's true.
Because then you can it'll make you want to go over and over again. If you have a video, you can kind of watch it and kind of be like there again, but if you don't have video, it makes you want to go back and keep on going.
Oh yeah.
Cool, man. Well, are you ready for some questions?
Let's go.
All righty. So this first section is a bunch of drum related questions. We have two other sections that follow, but I want to start with the drum related questions just to kind of break the ice and if there's any nerves or anything, it just kind of like lets it settle in because it's something that we both have in common, something that we both probably been doing for a long time, even though I've interviewed a couple of guys that have only been playing for a couple of years. Uh, just off the top of my head, I just interviewed Marco, who is an amazing drummer, and he's only been playing for maybe 3 or 4 years or something like that. And he's doing Rush covers, and it's like insane. So, but most of us uh, have been playing for a long time, and that's actually my first question is I wanted to know how long you've been playing drums for.
Probably since I was 5 years old.
5. Wow.
Yep. 5 years old.
So, when did you get your first drum set when you were 5?
Oh no, no, no. I used to beat on my mama's kitchen chairs.
Oh yeah.
That's when I started actually playing. I don't know if you want to call it drums, but it's something I wanted to get into.
So when did you get your first set?
Oh man, when I was like, I don't know, 12, 13 maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
And that set was actually given to me by we was living in an apartment complex, and I was just riding my bike, and the guy said, "Hey, you know anybody plays drums?" I said, "I do." Well, I said, "I love to play, but I just don't have any." Gave me a whole set, didn't have to pay for nothing.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Didn't have to pay for one penny. He goes, I don't need them no more. Take them." And
Wow.
I took them.
That's awesome. So you've been playing ever since, huh?
Yeah.
You ever have any breaks or anything like that? Because I just talked to one of my old friends who he took a break for a while, maybe, geez, 5 or 6 years, and it's actually pretty common. There's about half of the guys that I've interviewed, they've taken a really long break, whether it's life or whatever. Same with me. I took about a 2 or 3 year break, where I didn't even touch a drumstick. What about you? Have you just been playing your whole time?
No, I took about a 13-year break.
Oh wow, that's a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
What made you get back into it?
Oh man, oh man. It, I never really got out of it. It's just I want to actually get back into it. And I mean, I bought a little electric drum set. It was a it was a Elisa's. I done had two Elisa's, and they messed up, and I went over here and got this acoustic set.
Yeah,
So
yeah. What you just said is totally true. I mean, you never get out of it. It's just sometimes life happens, but then you get to a point where it's just like where there's a will, there's a way. There's just enough is enough. Like not playing is not good. You always got to find a way back into it, and yeah, man, wherever there's a will, there's a way. Like I'm in the same boat when I had my 2 or 3 year break. It was because I was living in New York, and in New York, everything is super compact, so you don't have room for most of your shit, let alone drum set. So it was hard to play in New York. But then, you know, I think 2 years was the longest I could go without playing. I had to actually like get into a studio and start playing again. And then we moved to Philly, and I was able to get a basement and put my drums there, and the rest is history. But yeah, man, 13 years. I don't know. I don't know if I could last that long.
trust me, it was hard, but I had to do it. So
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. I want to stick with some of these technical questions before I get into the more creative questions. Do you use a wood or nylon tip stick?
wood.
Wood. Any
Every
reason why?
because every time I use nylon, I end up breaking the nylon tips off of them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the main complaint. If they didn't break off, would you still use nylon, or would you just prefer wood?
keep prefer wood.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. What about the pedals? You use a double pedal or a single pedal?
Double
Double? That's good.
Gibraltar.
Oh, nice. How do you like those?
I like them.
Yeah,
I ain't got no problem with them.
great, awesome. Uh, metronome or internal clock? Now, this is one that I'm really interested in because you, out of probably all of the YouTube drummers out there that I know, have like pretty much impeccable timing. And I really want to know how you get such good timing. Is it just your internal clock? Because it doesn't seem like you're playing to a metronome.
It, I guess internal clock. I mean, because I can hear the song over and over and over again, and once I hear it and play it, okay, I got it. No big deal. And a whole lot of people comment on YouTube. I'm a metronome. Like, okay, whatever. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, you really are. I mean, seriously, like, even some of the best drummers that I've seen on YouTube, when they're covering another song and the original drums are in the song, there's always maybe at least 2 or 3 hits where it's flammed. But your songs, your covers, I actually like listen for it. I listen to if like you're ever off, even just a fraction of a second, and man, it's like you're like right on. I don't understand. And the way you're explaining it is it's just something that's natural to you. So yeah, that's amazing. That type of talent because a lot of times too, like especially with like older songs like early '90s and before, a lot of those tracks don't the drummer's not playing to a metronome, so they're kind of like setting their own beat, and you're still on the beat with them. So it's crazy to me how you can do that. Um, I'm totally impressed, and I'm not the only one if you're getting comments like that.
I appreciate it because, like I said, man, to me, a drum cover, and quote me if I'm wrong, but to me, a drum cover is playing the exact same thing. Now, I know people on YouTube and they play drum covers and they're not doing the same thing. But me, a drum cover to me is playing the exact same big note for note. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and it's to me, it's you can have that opinion, of course. It's a free country. It's a hopefully what I would like to think is a free world, us on YouTube, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with playing a cover exactly the way it's supposed to be, and I also don't think there's nothing wrong with adding a little flair or your own style or whatever. To each his own, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And there's a lot of covers that I'll do exactly what the drummer is doing, and then there's a lot of covers that I'll do where I kind of put my own style. So to me, there's not one way to do a cover, but that doesn't mean I'm wrong. It doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't mean someone that does only their own style wrong either. It's the best thing about uh, living in this world is that we're so different, even as drummers who have one thing in common. We can do it differently, and that's like the variety is the spice of life, right? So,
That's right.
but yeah, like I feel like it's crazy to me how you can just be like right on top of the beat, no matter what, whether it's like, I mean, you play all different types of styles too, and it
Yeah.
just seems to be like you're just like right there. It really it trips me out.
I don't just play one type. I mean, I grew up listening to all kinds of music, hip hop, R&B. It don't matter. I mean, if it's got a good beat, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. I love when drummers try all different styles. Like uh, doing one style can get stale after a while. Like it can get predictable. So at least in my point of view, I always like to try to do different styles as well. So it's cool when I see other drummers. Usually like for instance, Hube 83. He likes to do mainly poppy songs that kind of have that feel good up tempo feel to them. But once in a while he'll do a metal song or he'll do like a hip hop song. And it's cool because it kind of breaks the monotony. But when a drummer plays just like one style all the time, it kind of, to me, it's like, okay, well, I've seen maybe 4 or 5 of your videos. I don't really have to see anymore because it's all the same.
That's right.
So cool, man. Well, let's see. Let's try to get into a little bit more creative questions. I like this question because it always makes the drummer think. I want you to try to be Dr. Frankenstein and build this monster drummer. So, take your favorite hands and your favorite feet, your favorite mind, and your favorite heart and soul, and just build this crazy drummer.
Uh, who I think is an awesome drummer?
Yeah, like who has the best hands, who has the best feet, who has the best brain and heart and soul.
I got two. I got two people. That's Mike Portnoy and Neil Peart, and maybe Mike Mangini.
Mm, yeah, they're great choices.
I love my Dream Theater and my Rush.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Anything particular about their styles that you really like over other drummers?
I mean, it's just they're phenomenal. I mean, I try to play like them. I don't come close.
Yeah.
I don't come close.
Yeah. I mean, they're crazy. The things that they can do with their four limbs, it's almost like you have to have four separate people to do the same thing.
I can't do it. I mean, I try. My feet can't go that fast.
Yeah. That's great. Have you been able to see any of those guys live?
Never.
No.
And I do know. I heard. I've been looking on Facebook. I did hear or see that Dream Theater is actually coming to Richmond.
Oh, cool. Are you gonna try to make it?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Work, man. Work, work, work.
Yeah. I mean, I've only been able to see Neil Peart once. I think it was in 2015. I saw Rush at the Madison Square Garden, and it was the loudest concert I've ever been to. Like seriously, I think my ears were ringing for 2 or 3 days afterwards. And I'm a drummer. I've played in bands like my whole life, amps blasting in my ears, shows every weekend, and that concert was it was so loud it like actually hurt my ears. It was ridiculous. But besides
Yeah.
the fact they were amazing, all three of them were unbelievable. Even Neil Peart, that I think that was his last tour before he retired, and you can
Right.
tell he was kind of like getting to the end. But even still, man, his chops are amazing, unbelievable.
He's awesome.
Cool, man. Well, let's see. I think I got one or two more drumming questions for you. Uh, do you prefer to be on stage or in the studio?
Mm, that's a good one. Uh, Me personally, on stage,
Yeah.
yeah,
Any reason?
I just love playing in front of people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the main reason why you do it, right? Like even if
Yep.
it's two or three people and they're like if they're into it, nothing else matters, man.
Nope.
There's really is no feeling like it. That's great. Um okay, last drumming question. If you could play on any one famous drummer's kit, whose kit would it be?
It has to be Neil Peart.
Yeah, he's got an awesome kit. Now, would it be the DWs he has now or the Ludwigs that he had before?
The DWs, all that gold and all the designs.
Yeah, yeah,
Everything set in one place. You ain't got to worry about knocking nothing over.
yeah. That's true. Cool, man. I can't disagree. I would love to sit behind that set and just hear how everything's tuned. I think it would be like so awesome. It's probably a lot different than how I tune my drums. Um, oh yeah, that's another thing I wanted to ask you. How do you have a certain like way that you tune your drums?
Yeah, I actually got an app on my phone,
Oh really? Huh?
and I take the phone and I tune my drums to where it's supposed to be, and that's how I tune them. Sometimes I tune it by ear too.
Huh. And do you have heads on the bottom and tops of your drums, right?
Correct.
Do you tune anyone like tighter or looser than the other?
I like my first time. That's a little bit tighter than my second, and then my second's a little bit tighter than my third.
Okay.
That's just what. And my snare's tight,
Yeah. And what about your bass drum? Is it pretty loose or is it tight too?
mediocre.
Okay.
I got it tight enough where it bounces back, where I can do a double bass on a single foot.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how I got it set up.
All right, great. Awesome, man. Well, let's get to this next section of questions where I try to it's kind of like a little bit of role playing where I pretend to be a boss and I'm interviewing you and you're pretending to get a job. So basically, the first question I'm going to ask is going to set up the next set of questions. So, what is your dream job?
Oh man, my dream job. That's a good question, Kelly. That's a good question. Uh, to play in front of a lot of people and to get paid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Have my own
that's
band. Have my own band and just go out and get paid.
What kind of band would that be?
Rock, country, it don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
As long as it's not jazz, because I can't play jazz.
All right. So, okay. So now these the all the following questions that I'm going to be asking, answer them as if you're applying for a job to be in a paying band. So, what are your strengths?
Hmm. My strengths. Oh man. Oh man. My wife is my strength for one.
Oh, that's a great answer. All right.
My wife and my kids are my strengths.
I love that. Cool.
If it weren't for her, I wouldn't be behind these right now. Because she basically got me back into doing it.
Wow.
So she's like, if you want to get back and playing, die your set. I don't care. Okay.
Yeah, don't have to twist your arm, right?
Nope. Nope. Sure
Wow.
not.
That's awesome. What about your kids? Do they play at all?
My the 14-year-old, he does sometimes. He's really not into it, but the 9-year-old, oh man, he's getting. I mean, he watches me all the time, and he's like he's actually picking it up.
Huh.
I mean, he's gonna be if he keeps on doing it, he's gonna be pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yep.
All right. Well, how about your weaknesses? Do you have any weaknesses?
I don't play often as I should.
Yeah.
With
Work,
work,
right? Yeah.
yeah, work 12 hours, and plus my wife works third shift. I kind of show her a little respect,
Yeah.
and I just when she goes, I play. When she's home, I don't play. Even though she tells me, "Oh, you can play," I don't care. Yeah, out of respect, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the way I am.
Yeah. I'm the exact same way. I only play if nobody's in the house or we've got a because I've got a brand new baby, and we got a nanny. So if the nanny's here, sometimes I'll tell her to take the baby on a walk if it's a nice day, and then I'll get like an hour or two in on the drums. Otherwise, I'm the same way, man. I don't. I like to spend time with the family. Like if I'm in the drum room, and they're like, up doing something, I feel like I'm not, giving them as much attention as they need. So
Right.
I totally understand that. Cool, man. What about do you have any mentors? Anyone that like not not like movie stars or rock stars or just like people that you know personally. Has anyone like mentored you over the years?
Well, this might be a uh, thrown in the out of the park, but it my how can I put this? Me picking up drumsticks or one play drums, it's not that's not what I had in mind. My brother is one who actually played drums. He played in a couple bands. He played in marching bands. And I'm like, and he's like 6 years older than me. So he's like, I want to do what he's doing.
Mm.
And the funny thing is, he stopped. I kept on.
Yeah,
So I had to say that my brother got me to playing the drums.
that's awesome. Do you feel like the drums helped you in your just normal life?
Oh yes, very much so. My first set that I got, my mom, she bought my first set. Well, actually bought my first set because we was living in a neighborhood, and at the time it was kind of, I ain't gonna say rough, but she worked first shift, and I was going to school. She just bought them to keep me off the streets, and it worked. That's
Mm.
something I done was play drums, and of course I got the cops called on me a couple of times, but
Yeah,
that's okay. That's all right.
yeah. You'd rather have them come for you playing the drums than something else.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
Well, that's awesome, man. that's not the first time someone's told me that. Actually, Churdoy Drummer, the Latin drummer from Australia, said the same thing. If it weren't for drums, he probably would have gone down a really bad path. Um, him being Maori from New Zealand, a lot of Maori kids are really rough and into gangs and whatnot, and you can get into trouble real quick. So having something keep you at home, like the drums, it's a good thing sometimes because it'll keep you out of trouble. It probably kept me out of a lot of trouble as well. So yeah, drums are awesome in more ways than one.
That's right.
Okay, so how do you handle pressure? And in this scenario, uh, maybe think of you having to go out and play, I don't know, at Wembley, Tokyo Dome, or some place where there's 1,000 people. Like, how would you handle that pressure?
And how many people did you say, Kelly?
100,000.
Oh man. Well, that wouldn't bother me because when I was in a band, we played uh, in Greensboro Coliseum. I was in the Battle of the Bands,
Oh
and
wow.
yeah, and we came real close to winning the whole thing. But the guitar player, he it done gotten cool that night, and his guitar got out of tune. It
Mm,
happens, and that's what that's what messed us up. I mean, that was one awesome fun night.
I can imagine.
And
Yeah.
they
Wow.
and even though we didn't win, and I'm the one encouraging, man, let's go back. Let's just go back and just have fun. I don't care if we didn't win. I want to go back and have fun. We went back and we had a blast.
That's awesome.
If I can do it again, I would.
Great. Well, yeah, it doesn't seem like big crowds will deter you or you know, not a big deal, huh?
Nope.
Great, man. What about like something like the Super Bowl? You know, that's an added pressure because you're on TV and there's millions of people. Still, no big deal.
Let's go. Come on, let's bring it. Let's go.
Awesome.
Let's
I
let's
love
go.
that attitude.
Let's go.
Great, man. Well, damn, man. I think I'm gonna have to hire you. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I have any more questions. I think you just kind of basically hired yourself. Okay, well let's skip this section. You obviously are ready to handle the big stage. So, job related questions, forget about it. Let's move on to the more fun questions. Now, the section I call it speed dating, but obviously you're happily married, which I love, by the way, because I'm happily married. I love when other people are happily married. It feels like that's just the right position to be in life. You go a certain amount of time on your own when you're in your adolescence and early adulthood, and you're trying to find yourself, and in more ways than one. And then it's rare when you actually find the one that you're compatible with, um, and end up being happy. And you know, it's not all like roses and fun and beautiful moments. Like relationships are work, but when you find that one that you can just be yourself with, uh, that to me is like ultimate happiness. And it seems like you have it, and I have it for sure. And I just love talking to other people that are in the same kind of level as I am, because when you're at that spot, it's almost like nothing else matters. You're just content with life. So to me, these questions are less about, like I made them so that they would be fun and be like, oh, pretend like you're in a speed dating event and you're trying to, find your mate. Well, you already have your mate. So this is more like just questions to have fun with and kind of get to know Brandon as a person as opposed to Brandon as a cover drummer. So let's see. I think I know the answer to this first one, but are you a meat eater or a vegetarian?
Meat eater.
That's what I imagine. Uh, what's your favorite type of meat? I
Steak.
imagine it's a big steak, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah, same here. Great. What about ribs or burgers? You like it all?
I like it all. Burgers, ribs, snow crab legs.
Ah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah. Yep.
What kind of food are they gonna have on this cruise you're going on?
Oh my God. Everything you can think of.
Nice.
Guys burger joints. I mean, it's gonna be more than you can eat. Trust me.
Awesome. So it's your wife, you, and you have two boys?
I got two boys, but I also got I don't claim them as my stepchildren. They are my two boys because they've been with me for 7 years. But I also got an 18-year-old daughter.
So are they all going with you?
Oh no,
It's just you two.
just us two.
Oh yeah.
It's an
A little
anniversary.
break.
It's an anniversary.
Great. Awesome. And how long is it for? Like a week?
I leave Saturday and come back Saturday. No, I leave Sunday and come back Saturday. It's a 6-day cruise.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. All right. Let's see. Are you a beer guy or a wine guy?
Beer.
Huh.
I can't do no wine.
Yeah. You have a favorite beer?
All of them taste the same, but I normally drink Bud Light.
Yeah. I got you. I like the simple beers too. I don't like getting into that craft stuff, and to me it starts getting more bitter and bitter. So
Yeah.
I'm with you, man. The simple beer is good for me. That's all I really care for. Um, what about a favorite movie? You have a favorite movie?
um, Not really. I mean, I like all movies. I ain't got no particular one that I like. I like all of them.
What's the last one you've seen?
The last one I've seen, oh Lord, I come back and remember. Uh, what was the last one I've seen? Oh, you might think I'm crazy, but I went to see Lion King with my wife.
So it's the live action one, right?
Yeah,
With like,
live action. Yeah,
how was that? I've heard mixed reviews.
it was all right. It's basically like the animated part, but
Yeah.
some of the part of the movie, their lips were moving, but nobody was talking. If you follow me,
Really?
yeah,
Huh.
and a whole lot of people notice that too. They will be speaking, but their mouth will be moving, but no one's saying nothing.
Ah.
It was a pretty good movie.
Huh. Okay.
Now we gotta go.
Uh,
Now me and my wife has to go see it. I don't know
oh
when.
yeah.
I don't know when, but we gotta go see that.
So you guys like scary movies?
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Did you see oh man, it's like what's it called? Hereditary? Have you seen that?
Uh-uh.
Oh, that one's good. It's kind of more like a psychological horror story. But if you get a chance, check it out. If it's on the plane, watch it. It's a good one.
Yeah. I'm gonna be looking at the sky and the clouds. I ain't worried about no movie.
Oh yeah, man, that's the best. You got a window seat?
I did. That's what I requested. I requested the window seat.
Awesome. Yeah, there's nothing like flying, man. I love flying. Even, you know, even now with all the rules and how everybody travels, it's really crowded. But once you get on that plane and you look out that window, there's nothing like it, man. It's awesome. You're gonna have a fun time.
My wife's scared.
Oh, what? I think you
I'm here. I said my wife is scared. She's nervous.
oh, she's scared. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife, she gets nervous before when she flies as well, but you know, I heard that there's like a stat that says that you're more likely to get in a car accident than a plane accident, so maybe that
They
might help her out.
they say you're safe in a plane and you're on your own bathtub. Go figure.
Huh.
I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've heard.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, whatever works, man.
I know, right? Yep.
All right. Well, let's see what else. Do you play any sports?
No, ain't
No
got time
sport.
to. No sports.
Even when you're a kid?
Nope.
Hmm. Do you watch
Oh,
any sports?
I do some. I'm a big wrestling fan.
Wrestling. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Like real wrestling or like WWE type thing?
WWE.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. You have a favorite wrestler?
No, not really. Just I like them all. I know it's fake, but I like them all.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, when I was a kid, I was like super into it. I used to go to like not the main ones like WrestleMania and all that, but like I don't know if it's the same now, but back then they would have the main events. It would be like three or four of them in a year, but then in between they would have like these little events. And so like growing up in LA, it's have the sports arena, which was kind of like the nobody actually played sports in that place. It was like an old place, um, and the only thing that they would ever do there was have these kind of side wrestling things. It was still WWF, but it wasn't like the big one like WrestleMania or SummerSlam or whatever. So we were able to get, like see all the big guys, but not like for the big, prices and whatnot. It wasn't like the huge thing. So like I would be able to see guys like the Undertaker and Ultimate Warrior and all those dudes way back, long time ago.
Right.
But yeah, like I knew it was fake back then too, and it didn't bother me. I still love it. It's fun. It's just a fun time.
Yep.
Cool, man. Do you have a favorite animated character? Do you watch cartoons at all?
I did when I was a kid.
Yeah. Any favorites?
Bugs Bunny and Tom and Jerry.
You're a classic guy.
Yeah, classic.
Awesome. Cool. Okay. This is a little bit more of a serious question. How would your best friend describe you?
How would my best friend describe me? Well, she's not here right now, so I don't know.
You think it'd be
Uh,
all good or all bad or a little bit of both?
I got my moments.
Yeah.
I got my moments.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully we can do this again next time you have her on, and we'll see what she has to say about you.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Um.
she,
Yeah.
no. She'll say that I'm uh I'm down to earth. I don't get mad over stupid stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just me. I'm just Brandon. That's it.
That's great. Yeah. I'm pretty much even keeled too. I don't get mad. I don't like to show too much emotion. Um, just because, especially nowadays, like people seem to get emotional over any little thing. And I look at those people and it's almost like I want to tell them, look, like no matter what happens, most of the time you just like live your life and that's it. Like there's no need to get mad at this or sad at this or it usually doesn't have anything to do with you. Like I'm talking about things that are like, political and people like getting so pissed off at other people for stupid reasons. And it's just like it affects them. Like I have friends who are visibly upset and affected by things that are going on in the world that have nothing to do with them, you
Yep.
know? So I don't even like associate with that kind of stuff. I just like live my life. I do my job. I try to be a good father and a good husband. And that's more than enough to like, to handle on your own. Like there's no need to try to like take on the world. It's ridiculous. So I like to live a simple life. It seems like you like to live a simple life. And I wish that there are more people out there that are like that. It seems like you're really down to earth. You're really even keeled. you don't let things bother you, and I think that's the way it should be, man. Because it just doesn't make sense how people can get so angry and insert themselves into situations where like they don't even really need to.
Yeah, I know, right?
So yeah, man. Let's see. There's a couple of more that I want to ask you. Did you have a favorite subject in school?
No, no, I did not.
Were you a bad student? Were you
Actually, no, I knew what to do and what not to do. Because if I did wrong, trust me, consequences would be at home when I got home. I knew
yeah.
not to do. I never been expelled, never been suspended
Huh.
because I knew what was going to happen. Not saying I was going to, you know, get my tail beat because I don't believe in that, but I was got in trouble, grounded more. In other words,
Would you um would you ever skip school or
I
not
never,
even that?
I never, I never even skipped school. I went to school like I was supposed to.
But nothing interested you at all? You were just kind of you go there and then want to get back home to the drums?
That's it.
I mean, that's pretty much what how I was too. We had jazz class at school, so that was like the only thing that I was really into at school. But really, it was kind of like, I had an hour to play drums. Everything else was just going through the motions. And yeah, man, I couldn't wait to get back home and get in that garage, and I would play for like 3 or 4 hours at a time every day after school.
Yeah.
Um, so you said that you were living in an apartment. Was that the case when you got your drums? You were still living in that apartment?
Yeah, that's when I was like 16, 15, 16 years old. We was living in an apartment. And like I said, I always ride my bike because I delivered newspapers at that age. And I was going to school. I'd get up in the mornings, I'd deliver them in the mornings, come home from school, deliver them after school, and then had to do homework. So yeah, I've been working since I was 12 years old, doing newspapers. And I was doing my route, and I was riding my bike, and guy said, "Hey, you know anybody plays drums?" I said, "Yeah, I do. I like to play. I mean, I played before, but I never really had a set." He goes, "Well, you can take these sets right here. I don't need them no more. I'm moving." So he moved, and I got them, and then my brother took them. So
Older brothers, huh?
yeah, never saw him.
Um,
Never saw him again.
really?
No.
Wow.
Oh well.
You were able to play in the apartment? You didn't like bother any of the neighbors?
Oh yeah, I bothered them. I ain't gonna lie, yeah. They've been knocked on the wall because we had real thin walls. And they'll knock on the wall or come to the door and knock on the door. You playing too loud. I don't want to hear it. So I said, well, I couldn't get mad at my brother then for taking them because that way I wouldn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
It is what, hey,
And would you play like would you be respectful about it and play like within a certain, during the day or whatever, or would you like
oh,
push it?
oh, oh, yeah, I played during the day where everybody was up, lunchtime, 1 o'clock. It didn't
Mm,
matter. They still didn't want to hear it.
yeah. Oh well, some people, man. What are you gonna do?
I know, right?
Okay, well let's see. I got a couple of more. So okay. Where's one place that you've always wanted to go but haven't been able to go yet? Besides this cruise.
Oh, besides cruise. One place I ain't never been that I want to go. That's a good question. I would like to go to California. I would like
Any
to go.
place in particular?
No, I mean, I want to travel the whole world. I want to go see places. I've been to New York. That was when I was a small kid, but I remember it to this day. I mean, I can still remember it.
Do you do you have like a really good memory?
Kind of. I can remember a long time. I can't remember. I want to say I got a long term memory, but not a short term memory. Because I can remember stuff I did when I was a small child. When I was back in kindergarten, I can't remember stuff I did 2 weeks ago. I kid you not.
Yeah, I'm similar, man. Like, and I think it gets worse when you get older too, because time gets jumbled. For me, at least, time gets jumbled. Like, I'll remember something, and I'll think it was like a week ago, but it's actually a month ago. And sometimes I'll remember something, and I think it's a month ago, and it was like 2 days ago. It's like weird. Time is different when you get older. It's strange. I don't know how to explain it, man.
Yeah, and then everybody messes with me. Why can't you remember what you done yesterday? I don't know. I can remember what I did when I was a kid.
Yeah, no kidding. I remember trying to practice paradiddles and trying to apply it to the drum set. I remember it like it was yesterday, man, and getting pissed off and throwing my sticks. But yeah, I can't remember. It's weird because all the days seem jumbled. It feels like if I try to remember what I did yesterday, it's the same thing that I did 2, 3, a week, a month, 5 years ago. It all seems the same to me. It's all kind of just like mushed together.
Kind of like deja vu.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good way of putting it. I guess because we're in this like monotonous life, right? Work, get up, go to work, come home, go to sleep, get up, go to work, come home, go to sleep over and over again.
Yeah, and I'm up at between 4 and 4:30 every morning.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, are you so that was my last question actually. Are you a early riser or night owl? Is so I mean if you're up at 4 o'clock, um aren't you normally should you be in bed by now?
I'm normally in the bed by 10.
By 10?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean it all depends. Some days I go to sleep at 8:30, 9 o'clock. It just depends on how tired I am.
Yeah.
Because I say I work out in the heat. I work outside, so that heat drains you.
Yeah, I can imagine. Plus it's like you're in the are you in the South proper or are you kind of just like right in the middle?
We're in the South.
You're in the South.
Yeah,
Ugh.
down here in Virginia.
How was it today? Was it hot or was it like
Oh man,
kind of mild?
it was a nice day.
It was nice, right? Yeah, it was
Yeah,
nice up here too.
it was nice.
Well, that's good. All right. Well, I don't want to keep you too much. Like, I want to let the viewers know that it's 10 o'clock on the on Eastern Daylight Time. I think we're in right now. So yeah, I'm glad you were able to do this, man. I've been wanting to, we spoke a little bit on Skype. Well, was it like maybe who knows, man? It could have been a couple of months ago, could have been a couple of weeks ago.
I want to say about a month ago.
About a month. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, but yeah, ever since we hooked up that first time, I was like, yeah, we got to get this interview going because I knew it was going to be interesting. I knew um, I wanted to put a voice and a personality to your drum covers because I don't know, I just feel like there's more to you than just these drum covers. So I'm hoping that, the people that are watching this will also see. And like I said to a lot of almost every single other guy that I've interviewed so far, when when we're all a band of brothers and we all support each other. But when you get to know somebody, like I've gotten to know all these guys, uh, watching the covers afterwards means a lot more to me because there's some sort of like personal connection. Like I've gotten to know you through all these questions that I've been asking, and hopefully the people that are watching this video will also get to know you. And then the next time they see your cover, they'll feel like they know who you are and they'll have a personal connection to your drum covers. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's the dude that went on the cruise, and he likes the big steaks and the snow crab, all that." So, that's my what I'm trying to accomplish with these interviews and these videos is that we can all kind of get to know each other better. And if I if I'm if I can dream a little bit, my my main dream is that one day we can all meet in person at a place, like rent out a bar or something and set up like 3 or 4 drum sets and just have like a drum off and whatnot. I think that would be amazing. But
That would be
that's
cool. That would be cool. But
that's my dream. It's for all of us to meet and shake hands and take that, you know, personal connection just one step further. Um, Hopefully the powers that be will let that happen and bring us all together.
yep.
Cool, man. Well, that's pretty much all the questions that I have. Do you have anything you want to add? Do you have any questions for me?
And there she sits.
Oh yeah, look at that thing. It's a
Yeah,
thing of beauty, man.
man.
You got
Yep.
the drop clutch and everything.
You know what? Some I wish I would never got that drop clutch.
Really?
Mm-mm. And I tell you why, because when I'm playing, about every fourth or fifth song, the little thing at the bottom comes out, and I got to screw it back on there just to make the clutch stay.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just wish I would never got that thing. But anyway, too late.
Oh man, I gotta add that to my questions. What piece of gear do you regret getting?
Well,
Uh,
that drop clutch.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have
Other
a
than that,
favorite piece of gear before you head off?
favorite piece of gear? No, not really. I love all of it. I mean, I'm using the I've never used Sabians. I've always used Zildjians, but something different. I mean, just something different. And of course, they're right there.
Cool.
Love my pearls. That's basically the only I can afford. I can't afford nothing else.
Yeah.
I ain't going to buy no DWs. Them things are too high.
It's an expensive hobby, man. So hopefully you get that gig, that gig that pays.
Yeah, one day.
Oh, I have one more question
What's up?
because I know you were. That's the thing that we actually talked about was gear, and you were interested in getting some better recording equipment. Do you see yourself in the near future stepping up your recording game and your equipment game?
I do, but it's going to be a while. I mean, and that's why I haven't posted much videos because, like I say, it's working. Um, Trying to get ready for this cruise. I mean, I've got videos that I was unrecorded. We just ain't had time to put them on.
Yeah.
So I mean, but once I get back from this cruise and get everything back settled, then I'm gonna start putting more content on YouTube. But right now, I just don't have time because I'm me working 12 hours. You know, 6 7 days a week. Well, I know five, but and plus I have to work on weekends sometimes too. I just don't have time because
Oh man.
only I want to do is work, eat, go to sleep.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I ain't
Yeah.
picked. I just played a couple songs tonight. I think that's the first time I play my drums in about 3 weeks.
Really.
Yeah,
Wow.
because of work.
Well, hopefully, you find that balance so that you're able to get back in on, some sort of regular schedule because I love watching your covers. I think, dude, every single time, man, every time I watch a cover of yours, I'm waiting for that time where I can hear that beat flam, man. I swear, and it never happens.
Nope. I just play like it is, man. I just play like it is.
That's so awesome, man. Well, dude, thanks for coming on, man. I had fun. I hope you had fun, and I
I
hope
did.
great. I hope if anything comes from this, I hope people have uh, not more respect, but more appreciation. That's the word for your channel because you really do deserve it. You're a great drummer. You're a good guy, and I hope not only you get the recognition I think you should get, but you should also get that dream job that you want. So keep on pushing, man.
All right, Kelly.
All righty, man. I'll let you go, but yeah, dude, have a good one. Have a good night. Have a good sleep.
All right.
On that grind, 3 or 4 days, you're gonna be off and away.
On the water.
Cool, man. Have fun, dude.
All right, Kelly.
All right. Talk to you
Pre-
soon.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.